Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone as you can. Just so we out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before we come out. And Amari Williams had a better game than he had in the film session I did before. If you haven't seen that, go watch that film session. He had a solid game in that one, 14.6 rebounds and assists, but he had 4 blocks in that game. He did foul out in overtime, but in this game, man, 25 points, 10 for 11 from the field, 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and 4 fouls in this one. We start on the defense side of the ball. This is probably the thing that I've seen the most from him defensively is breaking up lobs. We saw this, and I saw this in the summer league, I saw this in the preseason, and I saw this in the real game against the Rockets when he got garbage time minutes. He broke up a Clint Capella alley-oop. He broke up 2 alley-oops in their last game. He breaks one up here, then he gets the ball in the post, and he dunks it. All right, so here they ran the offense through him in this game, just like they did the last game, but they hit more shots off his passes in this, hence the 4 assists compared to 1. They run a cross screen right there so he can get into the post. Then they're going to run this flare action with Max Shoga setting this flare right here for Ron Harper Jr. He's going to fire the pass there, and he hits a 3. All right, so if you've seen any of the film sessions I've done on Amari, even before he was drafted to the Celtics, but then after, you would know that touch is one of the things that I thought that he needs to, well, that I think he needs to improve in. But in these first 2 games, like, he's not really missed a ton of shots. Like I said earlier in this game, he was 10 for 11, and a lot of those shots were those push shots or those hook shots with his left hand. Here he gets another one to go. And here he does a phenomenal job protecting the rim. All right, so here they run it through Amari Williams again. He gets a touch, he gets it right back to Shoga, get into a pick and roll in the middle of the court. Got the big in drop because he's a non-shooting big. Shoga's defender is also chasing him, so we got a pocket right there to get the pass into Amari. Puts his shoulder into a guy, gets it to go off the glass. And this is just a perfect example. When Amari Williams has the ball, all you have to do is move. Right here, we got one pass to Jalen Bridges. He pump fakes, gets it right back to him. And this is where he's really good at, right? I talked about him in the THO game in the last film session. I talked about he was good at passing to the screener in the DHO after he screens, because that defender isn't expecting that pass to go there because he's watching a DHO about to happen. Amari does a nice job of catching that defender off guard and passing to him. Another thing that he does, he keeps the handoff, and as his teammate loops around him, he always finds that pocket for the bounce pass. Right there, he does it for Jalen Bridges. And he has set some bone-crushing screens in these first 2 games. I noted that in the Duke game when he almost hurt Sion James with a screen, and Sion James is one of the swollest rookies that you go see, but here in the DHO game again, boom, kills Antonio Reeves completely out of play. Now it's a 2-on-1. Kendall Brown scores. And he's been really effective on the re-screen. So when one goes through, right, and the second opportunity, he gets to really set the screen. He gets to really get set. The guard gets to really come off right there. Takes Marcus Garrett out to play another 2-on situation. Hitting great with the pull-up. All right, here he's at the top of the key again. They're going to give it to him. They're going to get into a pass right there. And another great screen right there. Gets space around Hopper. He doesn't make the shot, but he skies for the offensive rebound. Then gets fouled. All right, here him and Max Shoga in the pick and roll again. He gets the pass and he's able to finish. All right, this is what I was talking about with the bone crushing screens. Just completely booms this guy. And this was not the first time he made somebody fall off a screen. This was not the first time in this game he made somebody fall off the screen. And this is straight body contact. Guys are falling. He's creating 2-on situations for this team. I need that for the big team. All right, got the offense running through him again. Flips it to Kendall Brown again. The re-screen action. Gets the pocket wide open. Good pass by Kendall Brown and a floater. Again, reading the defense, knowing what they're about to do, and then making a great pass after that. They've been running DHOs for this whole game and the game before that. This is what the swarm think is coming, right? You got the pin down from Ron Harper Jr. You see the defender, he's going to try to run over there. Great cut, great recognition by Max Shoga. Great pass placement by Amari Williams. All right, so we got the goal screen by Kendall Brown. Shoga gets the drive, dumps it out to Amari, an athletic finish. All right, so this is really just the product of what the swarm thinks Ron Harper Jr. is from 3, but this is what will happen eventually when Amari gets with the big club, right? Eventually, whenever that happens. If this is Jalen Brown, if this is Peyton Pritchard, if this is Derek White when he gets his shot, right? Or sometimes when this is Sam Hauser, right? The big has to be up to touch. Now, even though Amari's not a shooter, the big has to respect this pick and roll handler, so they're going to be up to touch. You see how when Ron Harper Jr. comes off, the big has his hand up, and Amari can just slip past and get an angle at the rim. A good pass by Ron Harper Jr. and he dunks it. And when I say I need this with the big club, or eventually when Amari gets to the big club, I just want to make this very clear. Like, I don't think Amari's ready to, like, he's not ready yet. I want to make that very clear. He's not ready yet. But Amari has outlier skills. So when you see the passing, you see how they're able to run the offense through him. You see him in the DHO game. He's making these crazy passes. He's making these needle threading passes. And then you see him bring the ball up the court after a rebound at 7 foot 260. You see him being able to keep on some action to catch the defense off guard and get right to the rim and score and ones. He's not ready. He has so much refinement to do for his game. But when you couple you spent not an incredible asset on him, but you spent a draft pick on him. He's a two-way contract holder. He's young. You're investing in this man, and he's a rookie. When you look at how Garza's playing right now, like, Garza was much better the first couple of games, and the season is waves. So Garza can, you know, take these few bad games and flip it around and be good, right? You would most likely prioritize Amari's development over Garza's, right? So in a season where you're not real championship contenders, if you want to say that the Celtics are tanking, you want to say that they're not, either way, you're not a real championship contender right now with your roster, right? So sometimes I would like to see them go through the growing pains of Amari Williams. Not every night. He don't got to play every night. I'm not advocating for him to get 25 minutes, 20 minutes. Sometimes let's just see what he looks like. I am an advocate for him spending majority of his time in the G League, right? Because again, he's not ready. But I would prioritize his development over playing Luka Garza. That's what I'm saying. Luka Garza can still get the majority of the minutes at the backup big position, but I want to see this. We don't have a big that can do this like Amari can. Kata has shown skill, especially in a Eurobasket, but it's different. His is like post work. Like, Kata showed a real post work bag, and he showed that he got touch, shooting the mid ranges, shooting the three. Amari's is different. His outlier skills are passing in a DHO game, him being a phenomenal delay big at the top of the key, and it's his agility with the ball in his hands at 7 foot 260. So if this is Jaylen Brown coming for a handoff and he already has 25 points on 60% shooting, the opponent is not going to expect Amari Williams to keep this handoff and dart to the basket and dunk the ball. So this is what I'm talking about. Probably need to invest in. All right, so here he is at the end of the third, gets switched onto the guard, does a nice job protecting the paint. Again, just look at the strength as a screen setter. Knock the guy out. He is done. He's out of the play. One screen, he's done. He's gone. It's Ron Harper Jr. with the big. And we saw an example what I was talking about him in the DHO game with guys looping around him as he keeps the handoff and he's able to get that pocket pass through. Right here does another job and a great finish by Jalen Bridges. All right, so here he is in that pinch post area. They're going to run some offense. You got Shoga, again, about to set that pin down. So who is this? Is that, oh, that's Windemore. So Windemore could come out and get that dribble handoff. He rejects it. Then Amari, again, just being able to take the ball, finish with strength in the paint. Lastly, can we just be real? Can we all just be real? Boom, he's done. He's done. He's done. Stopped directly in his tracks, almost fell to the ground. Boom. Max Show gets a wide open three in front of the drop coverage and a great tip in by Windemore. But that is a video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can, just so we get out there a little bit more. And I will see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.